morning to everyone. Thank you for being present today for the mediation process. First and foremost, I am Diana, the mediator for this particular mediation process. Together with me is Nur Shahira, who is the co-mediator for today's session.
Hello and good morning everyone. I will be the co-mediator for today's session.
We have been mediating cases for the center for 4 years. Now I am confident that this process will be helpful in guiding both of you through your concerns. We are going to walk you through a process that will ask each of you to help me understand what brought you here today. Then we will see whether we can come up with a resolution that meets your need.
Before we start this mediation today, I would like to highlight that this mediation process is your decision. It is a voluntary process. I will not at any point make any decision on your behalf. I am not here as a judge or an arbitrator. I'm merely here to facilitate you to reach an amicable resolution. So, since Ms. Wasiah and Ms. Yuon is the one who initiated this mediation session, maybe I can give the floor to you first.
Here I'm Wasiah Yuon and this is Yuon, and we are agents from Wasiah Yuon Logistic Corporation. We are acting on behalf of Ms. Alizati, which is our principal. And I would like to state that for the current situation of urgency here is due to the fact that we could not contact our principal, and proceeding with the journey will only result in more loss.
That is true. As the group, we are transporting our all perishable food. That will become unsafe to eat if not stored correctly. We had to consider that if the food stay in the lorry in that weather, the food will sure go spoiled.
Yes, and while being stranded in the middle of the journey, we had no choice but to sell the goods at that very spot to avoid loss.
If we proceed and wait for the lorry to get repaired, the food are surely to spoil.
Okay, but why not you try to call the hotline? They surely can help you. They can guide you. Did you know how much loss I suffer?
But the problem is your company only gave us your phone number. That means to contact any other person in your company. How do you expect us to do that?
It's common sense for you to call the hotline. We are huge holdings. You can just Google it and found it.
The thing is, the accident is occur on the highway. The phone connection at that is very, very bad, which caused us unable to reach you.
I know this is a very difficult situation for both of you. I do understand you, but if you have any remarks, do jot it down so that we can discuss further later on. So let's hear from one's perspective first. Ms. Alice, let's hear from Ms. Yuon and Ms. Wasiah perspective first. So is there anything else that you would like to elaborate further?
No, there's nothing else, but I think we did what we had to do.
Yeah.
You were saying that you had tried to contact Ms. Alice, but there was no connection. So this led to you to make your decision to sell the goods, as you think this will be more advantageable and will prevent more loss. Am I correct, Ms. Wasiah and Ms. Yuon?
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Then we would like to hear from Ms. Alice's perspective. You can start anytime you're ready.
Okay, thank you. I am Alice, founder and CEO of YODIN Holding Sdn Bhd. So, from my point, well, I can understand that there are in urgent situations, but they need to understand me too. I suffered a lot of losses, near 50%. So I think it's only fair if I did not ratify the contract.
Yes, I can understand, but if only you answered the phone that very day, we could avoid this whole situation and proceeded to discuss. But yeah, we didn't do it on purpose, and not ratifying is very unreasonable.
In addition, we already tried our best and act in good faith to reduce your loss, but you won't accept our effort.
Well, business is business. Now you already exceed your authority as agent. I did what I think is the best.
Please calm down, everyone. We try to settle this nicely. Let's hear from Ms. Alice's perspective first. The pen and paper is there, just jot it down as remarks and we'll come back to that issue later. So Ms. Alice, I would like to bring to your intention, so what I'm trying to say is that you have suffered loss from this situation for at least 50%, and you won't pay Ms. Yuon and Ms. Wasiah commission due to this loss. You wanted them to be responsible for it. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
I think this will be the suitable time for us to adjourn this common meeting and proceed with the caucus or private session. How do you see this? Are you okay if we have this private session?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's best so that I can point out my opinion better.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
Yuon and Ms. Wasiah, thank you for attending this caucus or private session. I shall inform you that everything you share in this session will be confidential. in the sense that we will not disclose it to Miss Alice unless you wanted us to do otherwise. So we are in the private section. Is there anything else that you would like to offer to settle the dispute?
I'm really sad about this situation. I have known Miss Alice for 20 years. We can talk about this without having to argue. I personally understand her loss. I'm also willing to reduce my commission to compensate her loss, but not to ratify a contract will be too much.
What about you, Miss Wasiah?
Since it's partially our fault, can we at least get 50% of our commission? Because we have acted in good faith. And if the lawyer didn't have any issues, we will have fulfilled our duties.
Thank you, Miss Yuon and Miss Wasiah. I'll both allow your suggestion for settlement to be shared with Miss Alice during joint session later on.
Thank you, Miss Alice, for attending this private session of caucus. Please make yourself comfortable. So now we are on the private session. So what is it that is strongly troubling you in regard to the dispute?
Okay, I understand that their situation was unavoidable, but still I need to consider my losses too. So for me, there's only two options. Either I pay their commissions in full as agreed, but they need to bear the losses together with me, or I will cut their commission into half, but I will pay the goods as agreed. That's all.
Thank you, Miss Alice. I heard there is some suggestion that you offer. So are you allowed for me to share this suggestion later on in the joint session?
Yes,
Alright. Thank you, Miss Alice.
Miss Alice, Miss Yuon, Miss Wasiah, thank you for being patient and your participation in the private session with us. Now we are back together. I would like to highlight that both parties actually suggested a similar settlement, which is to reduce the commission of the agent by around 50%, and at the same time, the contract will be ratified. Both parties still agreed with this.
I think we are okay with it. We also want to retain our business in the future.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that the settlement will lead us to a win-win solution. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I'm also okay with it so long as the dispute can be settled.
It seems that both parties have reached a settlement. We shall now record this agreement as mediation settlement. However, it must be noted that this is not the final result of the dispute. You still have option to resort to other alternative dispute resolution or even litigation. However, I shall say that we shall be satisfied with the decision we reached today. Thank you.